Hey everybody, welcome back to another video. Today, I'm going to quickly talk about my experience at PAX East. Sort of what I specifically went there for. And it was that when I heard the news that MK11 Switch would for the very first time be playable, like shown and playable at PAX East, and I knew some other people who were going to be there anyway, and I had never been before, so I just made the decision, alright, I'm going to go to PAX East. So, went to Boston to play Mortal Kombat 11 Switch, and I want to tell you about it. So when I got to PAX, the convention center was absolutely massive in there. And it was cool because you go down an escalator, and there's just stuff everywhere. Just games everywhere. And of course, above the booths are big signs for things. So, if you're looking around and you don't know, where stuff is, you can look up and sort of detect where things are. Like Facebook Gaming had a huge booth. Didn't go to it. Sony and Microsoft had big booths. Didn't go to theirs either. And there were a lot of smaller creator booths. I didn't check out too many of them because I kind of wanted to just look around and, look at things here, look at things there, and whatnot. But, so PAX East was a lot of fun. But here is what I want to delve into. MK11 Switch. So I got there, waited on the line, and I played the game. So, as I talked about in my Ridley speculation video, Nintendo did kind of a weird thing here. Of course, the big focus for them was Yoshi, because Yoshi's Crafted World released like during PAX East, so like you could literally, and there was already a demo of that game, so of course, Nintendo's major focus of the event, of course, would be one of their own characters they actually own. But the other character promoted, the only two characters promoted, Yoshi and Scorpion from Mortal Kombat. And Scorpion was flipping huge on this thing. And, besides Yoshi, Mortal Kombat was the game they had, like, the most booths, the most areas of. Now, while most other games were played on TVs, so you could actually see them on the screen, I talked to a producer, I'm assuming from Shiver Entertainment, which is the company that is helping NetherRealm put MK11 on the Switch. I keep calling the game a port, but it really is, I guess it's really not a port, because I think, NetherRealm works on aspects of the game, sends it over to Shiver, and then they, adapt it to fit with the Switch's hardware. So it's really not a port, because I think that they were working on the game at the same time as NetherRealm. They'll work on something, send it to them, and then they'll adapt parts of it to fit the Switch better, and then I guess they just keep doing that until all pieces of MK11 are in the Switch version adapted for, the game. I have no idea how it works at all. I am just assuming that that's probably what they do. NetherRealm sends over a little piece at a time, and then eventually you have the full game on the Switch. But I don't know. So I could be totally wrong. But anyway, let's jump into it. How did the game look? How did it play? So yeah, right off the bat, let me say that I talked to a producer. I kind of don't remember his name because there was kind of a lot going on. I was trying to focus on the game, and more than that, I talked a lot with this producer, actually. He told me kind of a lot of stuff, and he actually told me the reason why the Switch version was in handheld instead of on a TV, and I'll talk about that in a second. Everything, when nothing's moving on the Switch version, like character select screen looked exact to the PlayStation and Xbox. Select screen, exact. Now, how about character interactions before the fight, the character dialogues? So I noticed right away that there was a lot of pixelation around the hair and sort of around the bodies of the characters, but they still looked really good. I think Johnny Cage, for some reason, I think he looked a little incomplete. Because, for example, I played Sub-Zero, which was in the build, and Garrus looked fantastic. He had like no pixelation on him at all. So that's the biggest thing. There was just some pixelation around the characters. But here's the thing. The producer told me that this version, it's not representative of what the final build will look like. It's sort of an earlier demo made for this. And I guess the fact that it didn't look on par, because MK11 on the PlayStation was also playable at PAX. And so what they didn't want was people walking by, looking at the Switch version on the TV, and then pointing out its inferior aspects in sort of some of the pixelation. And obviously the graphics didn't really look toned down actually at all. It was just sort of pixelated in areas. That was it. The game looked exact. And I'm talking about handheld. I'm not talking about on the TV. I'm talking about the game in my hands looked almost exact. I didn't even get to the gameplay yet. Gameplay was perfect. It didn't slow down. Honestly, everything was great. Literally, you know what the problem was though? Okay, there's one problem, and it's not even the game's fault. I just don't. I have the Switch Pro controller, and you know what? I just really don't like the Joy-Con that much. I feel like the buttons are too small, and I feel like the joystick itself is too small. It was fun, but it was fun to play, but I just don't like the Joy-Con very much. If they came out with a bigger Joy-Con with bigger buttons like on the Pro Controller, now if I was playing with the Pro Controller, which is I will be playing this game probably with a Pro Controller most of the time, unless I am in handheld mode, but you can still play in handheld mode with the Pro Controller. If you're like sitting at a table and you put it there, and then you can still play with the Pro Controller. So that's really not even a problem. Yeah, that was pretty much the reason they didn't want to show it off on TV and in handheld mode, and why they didn't want pictures taken, which I still find weird. The game looks and plays great. It looks and plays great. Now, what else do I have to get to? What else did I see? I saw crushing blows for Garrus and Sub-Zero. And I performed one fatality because he let me play 2 matches. Because I've tried performing a fatality with Sub-Zero and I failed. But when I played the second time as Garrus, I actually got his absolutely disgusting fatality where he slams you into the rock and then he rips you in half. Oh, God. I hate that fatality. I hate it because it's so gruesome. Oh, it made my skin crawl. Oh, man. But it looked good. Let me specifically say, I don't know if I was just not remembering this correctly, but one very interesting thing was the blood effects, the splattering blood effects. Everything was a little bit pixelated, but the blood looked perfect. Specifically during Sub-Zero's where he, what does he do? He hits you with the axe and then blood splurts out or spurts out. I don't know, Jesus, splurt. But yeah, I remember like Sub-Zero being some pixelation like around the axe, but the blood looked non-pixelated. So if I were to guess anything, I'm going to say that most of those pixels probably aren't going to be there. And what I want to emphasize, it's MK11. I was playing it on the beta right before I left. It's the same damn game. It's the game. It just looks a little bit worse, but it's the game. And of course, some texture, like folks, they toned down like the textures. Yeah, I don't know, and obviously that's something they could fix later if they find a way to make it almost look as good. You know, they can always patch that stuff later. They probably won't. I'm gonna assume they're gonna want to release the game probably as good as it's gonna get on release day. So, and besides, I'm pretty sure the game has to be done at this point because it comes out in less than 3 weeks. So, I mean, don't they have to start shipping like probably next week or something? You know, or maybe not next week, but like, you know, in the next 2 weeks. I don't know. Before this video ends, though, I want to talk about the Ridley video I made, and just sort of a follow-up to it. So after I had my experiences there, do I still think that's true? And the answer is, yeah, I still kind of do, honestly. Still. They still... NetherRealm still barely talks about the Switch version. And I don't know, I just feel like they're hiding something. Plain and simple. I think that... Okay, because here's the thing. There are very minor things that we don't know. And the fact that Nintendo seems to be the only ones giving us information about MK11 Switch, seems to say to me that they are the ones who are going to tell us about it. So, of course, there are rumors of... there's actually a rumor that there will be a Nintendo Direct this Thursday. And I'm getting a little extra suspicious because now my marketing brain... I'm using the marketing area of my brain. Okay, so in this Nintendo Direct, we will get Joker. And last time they did DLC in Smash 4, what they did last time was they had the gameplay reveal for Mewtwo, and then they jumped into Lucas, who was the next DLC character, who would release in, I believe it was... I don't remember. But it was later on when he would get released. And then I believe Roy and Ryu came after that. So yeah. So but what I was saying was in my head, the marketing is going, this is if it is a Mortal Kombat character, now is the time to do it. Right before the release, there is another good time, and that is EVO in August. That might be where they do it because, you know, fighting game and it's a big thing, and I think DLC reveals happen there a lot. But the only problem I will say is that I feel like Mortal Kombat will have big DLC reveals in EVO. And I don't know if they exactly want to have that crossover. Because, you know, because right now it's like... if they reveal Scorpion this week, it's perfect because it gets people interested in Scorpion and in Mortal Kombat. But they can't do anything with that. But they can't yet do anything with it because Mortal Kombat 11 isn't out yet. So it's not like they're going to go play Mortal Kombat 11 and then ditch Smash Ultimate and Joker and not play him. If they reveal Joker and Scorpion, it doesn't take away from Joker because MK11 isn't out yet. It gives people 2 weeks to play as Joker. And in very concentrated game time, 2 weeks is a lot. I mean, I think it took people less than 1 week to play Piranha Plant and then to go, all right, whatever, you know? All right, whatever. Cool, I'm happy that we got a new character, but whatever. So the fact that we'll have pretty much 2 weeks to spend with Joker before we can even buy MK11. And that's to say, I don't even think... I really don't think MK11 is going to be interfering with Smash in a major way anyway, because I don't think it's the same audience playing it. But it's perfect. It's like you filter Smash to Mortal Kombat 11 for, you know, for Ridley if they do, for the Scorpion reveal. So they go Scorpion and Smash, filter people to buy Mortal Kombat 11, and then when Scorpion gets released into Smash, probably around June, then they can come back and play Smash again. It's perfect. It's absolutely perfect. And even better if Ridley, as I said, is in Mortal Kombat, because that will just generate extra. It's double excitement. It goes, here's the game that you already because people already have Smash Ultimate. Everybody who wants Smash Ultimate has already bought it. And honestly, I'm gonna assume the Fighter Pass has been available for a while. Honestly, I think most people who wanted that thing already bought it. And when Scorpion gets revealed, a lot of people are going to buy it because they're going to go, what the hell? You know, Scorpion is about as relevant as ever. And yes, I wanted to make a video where I just don't know anymore. I think definitely a Mortal Kombat character is coming, but if it's Scorpion or Sub-Zero, I just do not know. I feel like there is so much evidence for both. There's evidence, I think there is separate evidence to say that Mortal Kombat is coming to Smash. And then there is separate evidence to say that there are some things for Scorpion and against Scorpion. And then there are also things for Sub-Zero. Yeah. So, okay. So I've gone on long enough. The point of this video was MK11 Switch port looks and plays great, a little pixelated, but of course the producer who was there told me that that is not how it's going to look in the final build. So that's it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Yeah, and I will see you in the next video. Keep on fighting. Have a fantastic day.